Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna yeah, nice to it's nice to chant. Yeah, mercy comes, when I'm noticing mercy comes by just being available to, share the chanting and share the pastimes. And we make advancement like this. The Lord gives us this blessing and this potency. So it's nice, It's the life, it's real life. What can I say? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Just, just let this go on. This Krishna, you just stay right here with us and forever. Just don't go anywhere. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. I was in the spa. I was doing my stair stepper. And I have a new system now. So in the stair stepper, I have my cell phone with the Nitai Veda, with the Chaitanya Bhagavan on. So I contemplate the verses, and then I put on this soft music. Like today, I had some Enya on. So I was contemplating these verses from the Chaitanya Bhagavan. It's just awesome. It's like so much mercy comes from this, just hearing and then contemplating. It's just, while doing the stair stepper, I got exercise at the same time. So anyway, I want to share this really interesting, I can say, realization or something. So anyway, Lord Chaitanya sees Srivas, and he wants to test him, it says, this is chapter 5 in Madhya Lila, Chaitanya Bhagavat. He wants to test Srivas. So he sees Srivas. He says, Srivas, why don't you throw that avid dude out of your house, man? You know, he doesn't do anything. Nobody knows who he is, who's his guru. You know, he doesn't fit in anywhere. Throw him out. You know, you're going to lose your caste. People are going to start criticizing you and all this stuff, you know. And Srivas smiled, you know. He says, don't test me like that. I know. Nityananda is your own body. See? Nityananda is your own body. And so even if he's a drunkard, I would never throw him out, you know, even if he doesn't follow any rules, whatever, because I know his body is your body. See? And I was thinking of this, and I just like, I was so ecstatic because this realization came, and it was pretty much a little bit connected to what we were reading this morning, what you were reading to me when I was cooking. And where Lord Chaitanya said, anyone who makes any distinction between me and my devotee and Ganga Devi. See? And remember what I said? I gave you a little test and see if you could answer the question. And then you made me answer it. And then and I said, yeah, see, the body of the Lord is devotion, is ecstatic devotional potency. See, it's Bhagavatam even confirms that. It's all connected, all these different little connections, hints. The Bhagavatam says that the body of the Lord is composed of ecstatic devotional energy. This bliss, this ecstasy, you know. That's the Lord's body. Okay? So Srivas was very tricky how he answered the question, and very much pleased the Lord, because it's like somebody says, what do you mean it's the Lord's? Okay, it's the Lord's body. Okay, or like this, but because Nityananda was in ecstasy, he was always in ecstasy because he was a devotee. He was a shelter of the devotional potency. So he said, yeah, it's your body, man. So I don't care what he does. I'm not going to throw him out, man. I got the ecstatic potency living in my house, man. Are you kidding? He passed the test. So Lord Chaitanya is very happy about that. And he was in ecstasy. He says, oh man, even if the goddess of fortune becomes a pauper, you're going to always have something to eat. That was a very good answer. You really understood the secret of Nityananda. That's the secret of the devotees. They're the abodes of the Lord's body, which is the ecstatic potency. And again, that's connected to another statement in Chaitanya Charitamrita, when the Lord the devotees would come once a month to see Lord Chaitanya in Jagannath Puri. Okay? And it took them a lot of trouble. They got to walk, a long ways. It's a long way. And they would come every year, and whatever troubles, they were, sometimes Muslims would give them troubles and this, that, but they came anyway. They just were ecstatic about coming. And the Lord felt bad. He felt, my God, I would forbid you to come, but I enjoy your company so much that I can't do it. I just, and you're taking so much trouble to come see me. So much trouble. And, what can I do? I have nothing. I'm a beggar sannyasi. All I have is this body. And I turn it over to you. I give you all this body. You can sell it now anywhere you want, at any price. That's the slam dunk, man. You see how it works? This is Lord Chaitanya's distribution of his body is this ecstatic potency. That's why you see Lord Chaitanya came. He was always ecstatic, especially in the Madhya Lila. He just became ecstatic. I mean, that's the Lord. He's always ecstatic. If we want to become ecstatic, well, we can meditate on Lord Chaitanya, and we can do it. But usually there's so many things. Even then, a lot of people. Why aren't all the devotees ecstatic? Lord Chaitanya's there. Well, maybe some are, but a lot aren't really yet ecstatic on that level. So the Lord says, I give you my devotees, my body. You go and distribute it. Whoever will take it. whoever's favorable to this ecstasy, this ras. You go, you can sell it or whatever you want to do. Just, whoever will take it, whoever's favorable, whoever is like in the mentality of Srivas, and some crazy person comes to their door, in ecstasy, and full of Lord Chaitanya's blessings, just receive it. Like Jesus, when he's an ecstatic devotee, he was here, he's going around, and he goes to Matthew, and Matthew received him. He wasn't qualified. Matthew's at orgies and all this stuff, Jesus goes right in, because he liked it. Matthew liked him. You could watch that movie. It's really good. In the movie, Matthew says, "You come over? Great. We'll have a big party." And then Peter, the mode of goodness thing, "Oh, he's a sinner. How dare you? You can't, Jesus, you can't go to a sinner's house." See, this is what Brahmins think, or Vaidhi Bhakti devotees. They think like this. Jesus doesn't think like this. His even those who get the mercy of Christ don't think like this. Lord Chaitanya only thought like this because he was playing the role of a Brahmin, and he was cheating people in that way. But not cheating them in a bad way, cheating them to bring them closer to the truth, But then he would preach through Nityananda. So Nityananda would go anywhere, go anything, eat anything, do anything. And, he's avadut. Yeah, no problem. He can do what he wants. See, it's Lord Chaitanya's body, man. His second form, actually. So he could do what Lord Chaitanya wouldn't do because of his playing this role as a Brahmin and then a sannyasi. So Nityananda would liberate those and get close to those that the Lord would not enter their houses because of his ashram he was playing. So it's like a group effort here. Teamwork. So that's it. The essence is the Lord's body is the ecstatic potency. See, this is also connected to another verse. It's connected to a lot of little verses like spider webs, all over the place. It's connected to a Bhagavatam verse that I really like. I just, this is all spontaneous, man. I have no idea. It's just coming, it's just it's like some magical, mystical thing. Who knows? It's connected to a statement of King. The four Kumars came to see this king. What's his name? King. Anyway, everybody probably knows this story. I just can't think of it right now. Anyway, the four Kumars come to bless this king. It'll come in a minute. And so this king is a great devotee. And he's he actually got the darshan of Vishnu. So Vishnu said, "Oh, you think this is good? me coming here to see you. Huh? I'm going to show you something even better. I'm going to send my devotees to you. The Lord's thinking that's even better. See, it's actually through the devotees we get the ras, not through the Lord directly. Oh, it's actually through the Lord directly, but it's the mixture of the devotee and the Lord's potent and the Lord together, and then we can savor that ras. That's why the Lord doesn't come alone; He comes with His associates in all the leelas. And when we see the interaction between the associate and the Lord, then our heart begins to covet the ras. That's why, see, the Lord is, oh, my devotees are very important to my pastimes, because he can't distribute it alone, the bhakti. Even as Lord Chaitanya had to come in the mood of a devotee to distribute the ras. He came, like in the mood of Radharani, his greatest devotee, and then he distributed the ras. See, it's always the Lord and the Lord's devotee together. Okay? So that's why when you see Lord Chaitanya, when we see Lord Chaitanya, he's in this ecstatic mood. It's not just Krishna, it's Radharani in the mood of loving Krishna. See, the devotee and the Lord. And then this ecstasy is just coming out and going everywhere and liberating the whole universe, purifying everything. Okay? Whenever you see a devotee, even if you don't see like Krishna here, but you see a devotee, you're not just seeing the devotee, you're seeing the Lord's body there with the devotee. See, that's that ecstatic potency is the Lord, and it's the devotee relishing his relationship with the Lord. That's why, Prabhupada and all devotees, when they're preaching, they speak about Krishna. Okay? In this way, they know the pastimes in the name of Krishna is transcendental. See, in this way, the ras begins to manifest and purify the world. It's not the Lord alone. It's not the devotee alone. It's both of them. This is why you got to go above first level realization of thinking you're it. I'm God. You're God. Everybody's God. No. It's not clear. It's a relationship. And when the relationship is established, then we begin to know the truth. See, without the relationship between my soul and the super soul, which is Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, so without that relationship established, I can't understand any truth. I'll misunderstand. I'll think, well, I'm God. This is what the first level, many people think. I'm the one. I'm it. You're God. I'm God. Everything. See, because they can't know the deeper truth until they have a relationship with the super soul. And especially in one of the, even if you just have a realization of the super soul, that's not enough to understand Krishna. There are people that have this level of feeling God in the heart awakening. Sometimes still they don't understand the Bhagavan feature. They don't have that. That's even a more deeper realization. That comes when one's heart is attracted to Krishna deeply, or Lord Chaitanya, or one of the incarnations. Yeah. So, okay. So the king. What's that king's name? I used to quote this all the time. Anyway, the king saw the four Kumaras later. They were coming, and he says, "My God, I am so fortunate. Here, these four Kumaras had no clothes on. They're traveling all over the universe with no clothes. They're very like these naked sannyasi things, like this." So the king says, "My God, I am so fortunate. Here, you're traveling to see me, and I know I can, by the Lord's mercy, I can see that you're His intimate devotees. You are Bhagavan realized souls. That's third level, high level. They have a relationship with the Lord like this, intimate. So the whole universe is you're traveling before everybody, and all they see is your naked body. No.
Richard?
No. No. That's okay. People will know, and we'll get it later. Yeah. Try to be helpful. That's good. So, traveling before everybody, nobody can recognize you. They think you're just a few little, these four little boys, They can't recognize you. You're as invisible as the super soul. That's a devotee. That's a person that's an eternally liberated associate of the Lord. They're as invisible as the super soul. So how do they become visible? How did Jesus become visible? He's an external manifestation of the super soul. How did he become? He opened his mouth. He began preaching his realization, which was uncommon. And still people had a hard time with it. But there are those who were chosen to wake up at a certain time, And then later on through the centuries, more people are getting attracted to devotees. Even he's a devotee. Then there's misconceptions and everything, which we're working to clear up with Jesus. That's part of our mission. Gradually. Yeah. We're here to clear up a lot of things. We're just getting started. Roll up your sleeves, Sachi. Yeah. So you're as invisible as a super soul. So how does that devotee, very difficult to see, because you just see the body there and everybody is covered by the modes of nature. How do you see a devotee? Okay. Well, this is what Lord Chaitanya came to help us with. He just revealed it. If you read Chaitanya Bhagavat, you read all these different chapters in Chaitanya Charitamrita 100 times and 100 times Chaitanya Bhagavat, and then Srimad Bhagavatam, then you can put it all together and see it's the ecstasy of the devotee that reveals Krishna, the truth, because that's the devotee, that's the Lord, is that ecstatic potency. So we read another pastime this morning, also again related to this. It's really good. Even though the Lord has just put it out now, it's in the Leela, it's in all these Leelas, how many people understand it? It needs to be more pointed out even more. So even 500 years ago, there was a problem. There was Devananda Pandit. We read this morning. Good, I wanted to talk about this. It's coming now. Got my desire fulfilled. Devananda Pandit was a first-class Brahmin. He was a teacher of Srimad Bhagavatam. Had the claim of the world, a lot of students coming. Oh, Devananda Pandit, you're such a great teacher. But was he really? Well, he was on his way to becoming a great teacher. He just needed a little purification. Okay. So here a devotee comes to his class. It was Srivas Pandit, and when he was younger, he comes to the class, and he's listening to Srimad Bhagavatam. Now, when a devotee hears about the Lord or chants his name, or speaks about the Leela, sometimes, and not always, but sometimes tears come to their eyes. Sometimes they go into ecstasy. Sometimes this, see, this is the way it's revealed to us, taught to us. So one of these sometimes is he just went into an ecstatic swoon. He just felt this devotion awaken in his heart. Ooh, look at this. The Lord was just revealed. His devotee was revealed. Both are revealed simultaneously. See? That's how it works. The devotee reveals the Lord, and the Lord reveals the devotee simultaneously, if you can see them, if you can recognize. See? Now, Devananda Pandit was a first-class Brahmin. Oh, he was very good nature, mild-mannered, all of this. And the students saw this ecstasy and they said, this guy is disturbing our class. Okay, so they didn't know. They didn't understand. Ah, he's a sahaja, kick him in the face, or I don't know what they thought. That's what they would do now. ISKCON devotees, definitely, that's, well, Prabhupada said kick a devotee. If he's manifesting symptoms, kick him in the face. See, that's, it's not really intelligent. Not a good thing to do. So anyway, they dragged him out. They said he's disturbing the class. So they didn't recognize that the Lord and the devotee were manifest before them. See? The Lord is in the form of the ecstatic potency. It's his body. We just, use many verses to prove this, clarify this. So Devananda didn't stop him. Why? Yeah, because he didn't understand either. Because he was ignorant of devotional mellows and couldn't teach the right thing to his students. They were ignorant too. That's why Bali Maharaj had to go on from Sukracharya, because he couldn't recognize Vamanadev. Okay? Yet, because he had still material motive and name and fame, and he was not on the ecstatic devotional platform yet. Okay? But Bali Maharaj had another teacher. It was Prahlad Maharaj, a pure devotee, had the ecstatic potency, clarified everything, and taught him in a way, the right way, that he could even let go of his guru, who was still materially motivated. Okay? To get the association of real devotees with the ecstatic potency, that's the test, always the test. It was the test with Jesus. All those 12 disciples, or 11 of them that were left, they had to eventually realize that Jesus was dear to the Lord. More than the Pharisees. Even though they didn't have the strength at first, Peter ran away, they all pretty much ran away. Okay? But they had to realize that Jesus ultimately was the true Son of God. See? That's the devotee, pure devotee. That's why Jesus is still around. We're still worshiping him. He's got a lot of juice to give still. And forever. All devotees do, just by remembering them. So that's the test. It was a test for those students. They failed miserably. Devananda Pandit failed also. They couldn't recognize. See, because still they were a little blinded by, various things, impurities. They couldn't recognize that. Some other points I wanted to make. Let's see if they come back. Oh yeah, the wives of the Brahmins. We talked about this the other day. This is also a good example. See, now we're talking about, because this is part of the video is going to be the Bhakti Gauranga Bhakti pod initiation is part of it. Everybody has to get this, otherwise Maya will come in and just grab you and just drop you, drop you on your head. Okay? But if you listen here and you understand these principles, I'm just pointing out what's in the scriptures. It's all there. And then when you read Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam, you'll see it's just like right there. You can't miss it. Just need to point it out. Okay? So the wives of the Brahmins also had to pass the test, just like Bali Maharaj had to pass the test. He passed. See? Those students of Devananda failed. Later on, they probably made it. And then Devananda Pandit failed, and later on he made it. Later on he served a devotee and then, moved on, luckily. So the wives of the Brahmins, the cowherd boys come, and they beg a little food. Krishna sends them first. Krishna knows everything. He could have sent them right to the wives. He knew that they were, favorable. But he wanted to teach the world And again, you can say, write it in the Bhagavatam and everything, but if you don't have it pointed out, you don't understand. Okay? So he said, okay, teach the world first. You go to the Brahmins who are attached to rules and regulations and are proud still, and they think they're great devotees and all of this stuff. And they're worshiping Krishna through rules and regulation. Not Krishna, but Vishnu. It's another form, or a Narayan or something. So cowherd boys go there. They didn't want to give them a little food, didn't want to serve Krishna, nothing. No, no, no. You boys are just, look at you, dressed like, like cowherd boys, and we're aristocratic Brahmins, so we don't even want your shadow to touch us. Like this, stuff like that, probably. Yeah. So then they go back, and Krishna says, okay, you go to the wives. So the wives were attracted and favorable to the cowherd boys, even though you got to understand, the cowherd boys come. They're in the mood of Vrindavan. They're serving Krishna. Very innocent, very fun-loving, nothing, like pretentious. They come and they beg a little food. Oh, you want us, Krishna, Krishna over there? You give him a little food, he wants. Can you do that? Oh, immediately they wanted to do that. And it said that because their hearts were purified because they heard about Krishna, and they were favorable to the Vrindavan Ras, which is this ecstatic love. They're favorable. They wanted it. The Brahmins failed miserably. They didn't know about this thing. Okay? This is what Krishna, Lord Chaitanya, quoted the verse, and he said, the whole world is worshiping me. According to the rules and regulations like these Brahmins, but that doesn't control me. I don't feel much relationship. They're still offensive in many ways, They don't know my heart. Only my devotees on the ecstatic platform know my heart. I am their heart. They're my heart. Talk about intimacy, huh? Are you ready for that kind of intimacy? Ooh, with God. Yeah. Yeah, you see, so that's what it was about. So the wives got the mercy first. And now Krishna wants to get everybody. And he got those Brahmins because when he sent back the wives, they didn't want to go. They went, oh, we want to stay with you forever. And Krishna said, no, no, no. This wouldn't be good for the world. And, you want to participate in my Leela, come on. Now you go and you go and show this who you are. And what did the Brahmins say? See, they couldn't recognize Krishna, but when they saw their wives transformed in ecstatic love, they said, my God, because they served Krishna through the ecstatic devotees and were favorable to that devotional ras, spontaneous love, they didn't reject it like we did. Look at them. They got the highest goal of life, ecstatic devotion for Krishna. Highest goal of life they attain so easily just by being favorable to those kinds of devotees, which has got some difficulties sometimes to do that because they appear odd and a little bit crazy, a little bit eccentric often. Imagine cowherd boys, how they were, they're probably laughing all the time, eccentric, But anyway, they became favorable and were liberated through their wives to make probably that level, if they were favorable to the ras. And I'm sure they became more attracted and realized their wives, just by serving the ecstatic devotees and taking their association and being favorable to the Vrindavan ras, they were elevated above the regulative Vaidhi Bhakti platform. Just from that. This is why people think very proudly, many right now, very proudly chant, oh, I'm going to chant my 16 rounds, and which is very good, by the way. It's a good. Everybody should chant, and I'm going to control all of my senses and all of this stuff. Which, well, it could be okay. It depends, unless you're doing repressing too much, and then by my strength is I'm going to attain Krishna. Well, you see, so many verses show it's Krishna is attained by mercy, and part of it is to begin to worship Krishna, and there's naturally going to be offenses there. We're all, very fallen, Just, yeah, and and gradually the path deepens and thickens. If we want this ecstatic love, then Lord Chaitanya quoted a verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita that it's through the ecstasy of it's through the devotees chanting the holy names in great ecstatic love, the name, the fame, the pastimes, that we begin to develop this ecstatic love, not by mantra necessarily, it's more rare, not by following a strict course in sadhana, it's more rare. You'll be elevated to this Vaikuntha mood type thing. But by see, because eventually you got to be favorable to the devotee. That's why the Lord sends them. See? If you're not favorable to their mood, how are you going to get Vrindavan? You could be worshiping Krishna, with all your pomp and everything. We can be worshiping like that. But if we don't have the same mood, or we're not favorable to those kind of devotees, very informal, unpretentious usually, very ecstatic though, then how can we enter that mood of Vrindavan? Goddess of Fortune was very attached to this more opulent worship. So, as I said, this is for those who want to understand Lord Chaitanya. I mean, you can. I'm just sharing my opinion, and what can I do? Maybe you'll, if you, this is what I believe is correct. This is my opinion, and there are other opinions out there, and there are many Paka gurus and teachers who may not even like what I have to say here. So anyway, but I'm giving my opinion because I feel very inspired. Prabhupada came to me in a lucid dream, told me to, share about Chaitanya, Bhagavat, my realization. So, here I am serving, in this way. I mean, because I got nothing else, man, Service is a little jewel, order of Prabhupada, oh, wonderful. Must be something important. It was funny how he said it too. It was so simple. He just said, you're doing exactly what I want you to do. Keep doing more of that. And I was just giving these Chaitanya Bhagavat classes, and everybody's just going crazy like me. So that's all I did. And he appeared like this in a lucid dream and said, all right, good. You do more of that. And boom, he was back in Vrindavan. I guess. I mean, he just like, just came and went, but this made a deep impression. Okay. Do we need to sum it up? Okay. So now, test for Sachi. What is the Lord's body? You put a question to you, you answer it. Put it in the chat there. I'll be chanting and waiting. So what is the Lord's body? We talked about it up and down and around today. Give us your answer. Your opinion. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasani Gaura Bhakti. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna.
Leave in 5 minutes.
Oh, really? It's already 5? Wow, my God, it goes fast. Okay, rice is done?
Yeah.
Yeah, good, good. Just leave
turn
it.
it off.
Yeah, good, good. All right, well, good luck. Thanks. Did you like to talk?
Yeah.
It was
very
good, huh?
much,
Yeah, me too. That's very nice.
very much.
Good. She's favorable to the Ross. That's good. Good sign.
Welcome back.
Oh, thank you. She says, welcome back. I was made for this. This is my only purpose to sit here and talk. Motor mouth. Just blab away. Act crazy. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hey, welcome. We got another viewer there on YouTube. You can click on the, if you have any questions, you can click on the left over there, and you can answer or ask questions there if you have any questions. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You know what? I think I'm going to. I've been. See, that's an hour. Yeah, it's about an hour. Okay. All right. I'm going to take a little break now and edit this video, and then I'll probably give another little talk tonight, whoever wants to hear, and maybe some more chanting also too, which is really good.